Ineos playing for the bonus seconds. Surely nobody could beat Big Johnny Milan in a sprint in Germany. No one knows who won. We still don't know. Stage 1 from Essen to Herford, 203 kilometers long. It is a nailed-on sprint stage. We do have a couple of climbs. The Senberg is the hardest one, 1k at 7%. And then there's a bonus gate on top of the Stukenberg, which is about 6 kilometers to the finish, 3, 2, and 1 bonus seconds. And with the prologue yesterday offering small gaps between the riders. That would be hotly contested. We had August, Dawn, Heidemann, and Nola in the break. So 2 from Rembe, 1 from Bike Aid, and maybe August was hoping to nab some bonus seconds. Varenschold resplendent in that jersey. Similar colour scheme. Johnny Milan, he's laughing, I think, about Varenschold, like they're saying, how hard is it for a big man to ride in that position? He must have seen the footage of Varenschold yesterday, who, despite being the same size as Milan, can tuck over pretty well. Mayus is going to lead out Van Poppel here because Van Poppel did such a good prologue despite Mayus being the better sprinter. Watson, Lamperti, good options for GC here. Johnny Narvaez appearing in picture, also a man, if it gets hard, who can take some bonus seconds. But on the Stromberg, again, short hills, there's the KOM points available, and Rembe got 2. Bike Aid and Dawn only have 1, although he was going to win this sprint. He was going to win it. I think Heidemann had given up. They both got surprised that that turn was so sharp, and then Heidemann takes the points, even though Dawn would have taken it. Pretty chill day in the peloton, to be honest. Mosca starts to help out X, and there's some more bonus, or more KOM sprints, flat sprints, which the breakaway is able to gobble up. But I think, August wanted the break to get to that 6k to go point, but that didn't look likely because the teams assemble in colour order at about 30k's to go. He's brought back with 26k's to go, and there's still 2 left in front, but they're only on 20 seconds. So only 6 rider teams, I believe, here in Deutschland Tour. So the sprint trains aren't that long, although it hasn't been the hardest stage control. Break brought back with about 13 kilometers to go. Picnic personnel likely going for Degenkolb. And here is the announcement of that bonus sprint. It's uphill. All of the bonus sprints mid-stage are on uphills in this Deutschland Tour, so not good for Milan, better for the classic sprinters like Watson, Van Aert, or Brennan, or even Johnny Narvaez. But who are Visma going to go for? Because Van Aert did the way better prologue yesterday, but Brennan is the better sprinter this year. Both aren't going to get dropped on this parcours across the 4 stages coming up. And so who are they going to go for on the 3, 2, and 1? Van Kerkhove brings forward Brennan, so it looks like Schmidt and Van Kerkhove are going to lead out Watson and Brennan apiece, but Brennan gets shuffled back. A space opens up on the inside behind Sheehan when Schmidt opens for Watson, who goes a bit early on this uphill. It's hard to judge these uphill sprints, and then Van Aert from the draft just times it perfectly. Zambanini was also going for it. Actually, he looked like he was leading someone out because he looked behind himself right at the end as if he opened up and was like, where are you? And then his teammate wasn't there. So Van Aert nabs the 3 full seconds. Watson goes into the provisional GC lead because he only lost the prologue by half a second yesterday, but of course someone was going to try. I think it might be Meyerhofer trying for Tudor Pro Cycling, but you see Little Trek, they got numbers behind. This is going to be a sprint. Just wasn't hard enough. UAE give it a crack. Narvaez tries to attack on the outside on the descent and then launches Pollitt. Pollitt goes clear, but X, too many teams wanting a sprint. X for Varenschold, Soudal Quickstep for Lamperti, who just won in Czech Tour. They have 4 riders, including him. But Trek are a bit thin. They don't have the Marvel Avengers lead out here for Johnny Milan. It's pretty much just Consonni, although I think Turns was on the start list. And Consonni's not the biggest guy. He normally benefits from having a big unit in front to bring him into position to do the final lead out. But Brennan's also alone. 1 yellow jersey in the front 30 riders. Van Aert's never able to find the front. But because of the lack of dominant lead outs, whenever you see in the last 3Ks the front man looking behind, that means the pace is stopped in front. And with the wider roads here, it allows a team from behind with a train to shoot from the back. And Red Bull or Hansgrohe really like to do that. They've done that for a number of years in UAE where the roads are big. They always did their sprint train like that. And Pithy comes forward. He's in the white Young Riders jersey. It goes Pithy, Mayus, Van Poppel. Good train. And Pithy doesn't go right to the front. He goes to the just off the side of the Bahrain train and he lets them take him deeper into the final kilometre because they only have a short train. Brennan's moved himself into good position, but he still has to freelance. Where's Johnny Milan? He's boxed right now. Consoni's to his left. Manzin launches early. Pithy now launches, and he's going to get the slingshot into Manzin's draft. But Milan, he's trying to find the open space. He finds it here to the right with 400 meters to go. Brennan gets the wheel of, I think, Hofstetter and takes that off Janier. But now with Milan, I mean, he's going to back his sprint. It's not that far to the finish. It's a really good lead out by Red Bull. But then Milan's like, okay, if I launch at 200, and it's not even 200 when he launches like 175, I ain't getting beaten. If I get free air against this field and no Tim Merlier, I ain't getting beaten launching at 175 until, bang, bike throw. You can see the facial expression of Johnny Milan. They come together and he gives, Brennan realizes how big his competitor is. We don't know who won for ages. I mean, Milan, it looked like he was going to get nailed really early because Brennan came with such speed, but then he actually just came, the finish line came quicker than Brennan probably hoped. This is all on the bike throw. I mean, if Milan did a good bike throw, he probably wins. You can see also the aero difference, like the head tube difference on their two bikes is actually crazy to look at. And it's here, yeah, Milan launching his chest up whilst Brennan tucks down, does the perfect bike throw. On the front-on shot, it really looked like Brennan nailed him, and Milan was convinced of it because Amy tells him that he won because they said he won on the screen, and Milan's like, I didn't win. He knew he didn't win and he got nailed on the bike throw, even though he's like, sort of, I guess the photo shows I won. It didn't. They eventually start videoing Matthew Brennan and you see that actually he wins by more than a rim width, which in sprinters' terms, it's a pretty comfortable margin of victory. That's the young Brit's 10th pro victory this season. Here's what he had to say after the stage.
Did you know that you'd won, or was there a doubt in the back of your mind?
I knew it was really close. It was so fast and I went for the lunge right at the end and I think I've just had him, but you never know in such things. So, but yeah, super ecstatic.
As you said, I mean, you're still a young rider. You've already created some huge performances since the beginning of the year. But what's it mean for you to beat the likes of Milan and some of the top sprinters here in Germany?
Yeah, I was sat on the sofa watching the Tour pretty much every day, and I see these guys putting out monster power, and I think to finally race against them and have the chance to kind of go up against them in a sprint and see how I kind of compare it's really nice and kind of really exciting for the next few races.
Yeah, for the next few stages, quite a few opportunities in the days to come as well.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of aim to see what we can do. There's no kind of push to kind of do anything. We're just aiming as high as possible, and yeah, we come into every day with a plan, and if we execute it, then that's perfect.
Van Poppel came third in the sprint. He takes 4 bonus seconds, so he actually goes into the leader's jersey on stage placements, I think, ahead of Sam Watson. Really tight GC gaps. Can't wait for the stage tomorrow. Until then, ciao, ciao.